Greetings all. I hope you are treating yourselves well and of course others. My name is Clair. Today we gather to do the messages. Okay, I'm just kidding. We're doing angel messages and I think they're going to be pretty brief. I was getting kind of a notion of that. Quick and to the point. So I hope they are helpful. I think you are being extended the opportunity to show compassion in some way or another. It's probably going to be something that is slightly annoying in a sense. I think your angels are telling you that you've got this, because this is probably one of those situations where you might fall back into some sort of behavior. Maybe you have a pattern of like wanting instant gratification in like several ways or certain ways, whatever it be. You expect to see results really quickly, or you get really tired of, like, you get worn out of situations because you put so much in at the beginning and you kind of like simmer out quickly, or you lose focus. Maybe you start too many things at a time. There's something of that nature where you have a hard time keeping a flame lit, physically or mentally, emotionally. There's something disengaged. There's something interrupted. I think you could be focusing too much on results in some way or form or fashion. I think your environment is, because you got the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So the Knight of Pentacles is someone who does the work. Like, they are willing to put the effort in, and they understand that longevity is usually prescribed when you have done a lot of things. Like, you have it just as simple as like you have to probably, there's mastering to be done. That's the word. That's a good word. You might not receive or feel a lot of support in the situation. I'm getting the Hermit in reverse and the Knight of Cups in reverse. Either it's a situation where you are starting to see less support in things that you are more passionate about, or things might be kind of like falling away. You might be receiving more support from like strangers, I'm seeing or hearing, but it kind of seems like things might seem like kind of in like a daze almost. I feel like you might kind of feel like worn out, but more mentally than physically. You could maybe feel the desire to kind of push forward in a lot of ways. You could have a lot of tasks at hand that you're actually feeling creative towards, or a spark in a certain way, form, or fashion. I think you are seeing light in a lot of things, maybe feeling really motivated towards a lot of things, and that's why you're being urged to, you might not have like the most amount of time to decide on things, or you might just easily get, I'm hearing, offended or put out. You might easily feel disrespected, or you might feel a certain grasp on something that seems due to you or in your nature should be easier or closer, I'm hearing. But I really think that it might be a while before you see results. It might be kind of a hard journey in the near future. You're being this, I cannot keep my eyes off of this star that on the Hermit. Like, he looks frantic, he looks frazzled, and it seems like maybe you're just either being reminded to look towards your North Star, like whatever motivates you, keep that near and dear to you, maybe keep it in your heart, maybe keep it in your head through like all the things that you're about to have to deal with and or that you are dealing with right now. The nightmare situation, the 9 of Swords began with you stepping out of your comfort zone, you applying the knowledge that you might have gained in the recent future, or maybe the future or the present, the past. The things that you have collectively gathered throughout your life are about to be probably very much tested, I'm thinking, because this is an angel message, so it has to be something a little bit profound. And the Hermit is 9, which begins 10, which is a completion. So you're either starting a new phase or completing one, but it doesn't matter. You need to keep your strength about you, your wits about you, your perspective, and maybe understand that if something is not going in your favor, figure out a way to make it advantage or take it as a sign instead of pushing. Somehow make it, it needs, like, I'm hearing something about you might be trying to make something fit, like, you might be trying to connect dots that aren't connected. Maybe you're, like, seeing a greater plan and you're like trying to add a bunch of things at once, or maybe you're really just trying to like come to a conclusion about something that doesn't have one yet or won't have one. There's something about satisfaction and maybe it being depleted, because the 9 of Cups in reverse is just, it's a sign that what you do have is in the grand total a spectacle, like it is to be admired. Maybe what you've been through or what you're about to accomplish or have in store for you if you can level up to that. But there might not be a whole lot of rhyme or reason all the time to everything. And right now, or just as a nice little aid on your journey, just keep your thoughts light. You will find deeper I'm kind of seeing that you might have like a battle or something ahead of you, like in proverb, like hopefully not like an actual battle, unless it's something like you're a fighter of some sort or something of nature. But I'm thinking there's more complex things on the other side is what I'm hearing. I think that time, expectations and time, our reality is not what it seems at all. So just be observant to everything you are exposed to, and understand that fair is relative to how you see it and how you feel about it. When you can fair is relative to your expectations are going to drown you in defeat and sorrow is what I'm hearing, but that sounds so dark. Like sometimes I kind of like can't recall what I've said all the time, so I'm It seems like this has been a very heavy message. I think there's just, you're at a 7 and you're trying to go for 10. 7 is far. You've obviously made it very far. You're very capable. You have structure. You have ability. You probably are very talented in many ways, and you are starting to actualize that. Maybe you spent a lot of time down, like you spent a lot of downtime. Maybe you've been resting a lot. Maybe you've been studying. Maybe you've been going to school recently and you're like, let me get this. Let me get in the field. But I think there is a notion of overcoming the things that you have been through in the past, or really materializing them. I think there's a period of watching your harvest grow. Like you've planted the seeds, you're seeing results. It's all kind of coming together, but the truth of it is you need a little bit more time, and sometimes it's not the easiest to wait, and other times it's like you could be dealing with a lot of other things, which adds to the frustration to this situation. And, you know, it can get like a gauntlet. It can feel like you're really in something. Like, what have I done to deserve this? Or maybe you'll feel defeated, or like you're being abandoned in some way in life. But you definitely have guardians. You have I think your family might have strong features. Like you could look a lot like someone in your family, or your family, like there could be really strong aspects to something physical or bodily. There's something very related amongst you guys. Maybe you guys are just all very close and tight-knit, and actually like friends as well. I think you understand that you understand what comfort feels like, and you're able to provide that to people as well, because you do know what comfort feels like. But you can also get kind of jaded and maybe stingy with maybe how you feel or what you need to do. Maybe you are possessive of something in some way, and it's kind of keeping you tied to a habit or just a way of thinking that could less serve you. Maybe it did at one point, but maybe not anymore. You got the 2 of elixirs. I'm gonna clarify it though. Oh, these cards, when I would just read for myself, I would always get so weirded out by, I don't know, they kind of creeped me out, but they also just made me like sad or something. It's like a dark mirror deck or something. I don't know, it's some oracle deck, but it's got really nice imagery, but it's all just like kind of sad. So I wanted to clarify. I don't know why I felt drawn to use this deck. Maybe someone in your life has, because you got naked before the stars, and this card is, out of all the ones in this deck that are just like very pleasing to the eyes, this one is, okay. Maybe someone has made you feel less than. You could be in a situation where you didn't receive what you ultimately kind of deserve. You could have been cheated out of something. You could have been betrayed. You looked over constantly or recently. I think that there's just maybe you felt like you needed to be farther or should be farther. Maybe you got like a scandal scammed, something like that, where you have been working for a long time, and technically if you were like mathematically putting it together. Maybe you should have been farther along, but you had setbacks, and they were due to maybe a person or an emotional situation, something of sorts. But I think it caused you to shut down in a way, or miscommunicate or stop talking. There was a cutting off of sorts, a revealing of natures, but I think a little bit of damage was done, and you kind of just wanted to... What did you want? We'll try one more from this. See, look at this. Oh God, no. Yeah, maybe someone was envious of you, and maybe it's just painfully obvious at this point or something, because this one's kind of ugly too. Because at first I was like, oh, it's nice. So maybe it was like, okay, maybe it was someone seemed appealing at first. Maybe a situation was appealing at first, because at first I was like, this is kind of a cooler looking card. And then I looked closer, and it was a facade. It did not look cool. I do not like this card as much as I did when I first looked at it. Maybe it is a total situation like that. Maybe you were really actually scammed or bamboozled in some way. I'm sorry that happened to you. Hopefully you can find surrender in the fact that some things are really unfair. Like, sometimes life is unfair, but you are loved by your higher astral self, your astral plane. Whatever you're doing this for, you will look the part afterwards. You will feel the part afterwards. I think there will be a sense of confidence. You might have like better posture or better life stance, maybe more experience, and to attack something better, like go about something wiser, more eloquent, things like that. I just think that you got this, and don't let them get you down, okay? Yeah, no, I love you. Pile 2. Pile 2. Okay. Pile 2, engage. I don't know what is wrong with me right now. Maybe you've been a lot more playful as of lately, childlike, feeling your senses are leading you to just take everything with a grain of salt. Maybe you are able to laugh things off more frequently. I think you're being less serious. You could be in like a downtime, I don't know what this means, but a remote phase or something. Maybe you're like far away from where you are normally, seeing new headspaces, new mind states. Maybe you're seeing something really pretty and it's like making you go, oh, like you're just like seeing the birds chirp. Maybe you're looking at like waves of some sort. Maybe you're creating more music, or you're just flowing with your creativity more. Whatever your outlet is, you kind of are engaged, letting it flow through you easily. I think you kind of feel reborn or new to something in life. Your creativity towards something could have been rehashed, or just something new in general. It is a time of excitement. I think you are feeling like, I heard less pompous for whatever reason. Maybe you're just taking yourself less seriously. Maybe you're looking back at yourself and kind of learning from what you see, what you feel. You're really like letting go of what you thought you wanted, or letting go of maybe you used to be really uptight in a certain way, and you kind of are letting your hair down, letting loose a little bit, kind of showing signs of changing, and maybe you're feeling a little bit out of control. Maybe you've let yourself feel more than usual, so you're feeling like a little bit zany or enticed by things. Maybe you are feeling like kind of hush about the things that you are starting to feel. Maybe you're like spreading small amounts of information amongst people and just kind of getting feedback for some reason or another. You could be starting to like dance in places like maybe your room, or just move more when you hear music. You could be going on road trips, or like flying, going distances and wanting to find new music. You could be wanting to find new media in general, or just like kind of branching out in ways that you're feeling kind of enthralled by as of lately. I think you could be inspired by a person, no matter the relation to this person. I think you could be just like watching yourself change through another person, or like, but for in a good way. Maybe there's this thing my mom always she always enjoys things, or says something that she's doing, and I'll be like, that is stupid, or like I need to not be so easy to judge my poor mother. But it'll like give it 3 years and I'm like totally obsessed with that thing, or like that kind of thing. I think maybe you're like coming around to knowledge that you had heard for a while that you were like, nah, and maybe you're like, yeah. There's just like something about coming around. You're coming around in a certain way, having new thoughts towards certain things. It's quiet though right now. I think when you're doing that, I think you're looking at it in a sense of like, maybe you are feeling like you're doing something wrong. Maybe you feel the Seven of Swords is I just like right now it doesn't feel so heavy, and it's surrounded by this yellow, which is really nice and playful. And you're looking at the Four of Wands, which is just the ultimate. It's like, it's a soulmate card, but soulmates can easily be like just anyone in your life: stranger, family, loved one, someone you love, friends, but I think you are feeling maybe just like out of whack, but in a way that you're kind of enjoying. Maybe you're letting loose. I think I've said that. I keep on looking at, there's these tents in the background that are striped, and they are just nice looking. But just overall, it feels like you're smelling the flowers. You're excited for whatever is beyond. I'm hearing the poles, maybe whatever. You're just excited to see what's beyond the castle walls. You could be going to an orchard soon, or like picking fruit at some point. Maybe that would be fun to do with someone. You could be going on like a picnic, or exchanging like going to look at flowers, maybe going to look at some sort of like site of some sort. You could be going to look at castles, traveling, but just for like specifically sites or like architecture purposes. This is angel messages too, so I don't know if I even relayed that. I'm like coming, it's a whirlwind, guys. But the Nine of Cups, maybe you could just be like enjoying yourself so much in the near future, or now that you're like not even keeping up with things. Maybe at one point you really cared to keep up, or like note things, or like retain certain, like you were slowed down by your thought process at some point, and I think you were really starting to fill the envelope with intuition, just higher sight, because there's a lot of yellow, which is a lot of good luck. It's intuition, it's knowing the path, it's understanding, it's just ease. And this guy just looks so proud. He looks like and it's a child, so I think that it is easy to amuse you right now, and that is amusing you as well. Like, you like being this, you enjoy being funny, goofy, you enjoy having your sense of humor. Maybe you are actually finding that you connect with people better when you are starting to really show your true colors in a sense, or really letting yourself out there. Because I kind of thought about this earlier. I was like, some people are very strange and it's a little much, but to think maybe if you, because I look back at myself and I was like, God, I would never want to have hung out with me. Like, I was a terrible just a terror. But I'm thinking, like, you are really finding joy in the idea of just not holding anything to yourself right now, knowing that it's all just kind of like fun and games. And like, if you are to show who you are enough times, then you'll get enough feedback, even if it's bad feedback. Like, maybe you're not such a pleasant person. Like, just like, what if that dare not you ever be unsatisfying in any way. But like, what, maybe there are unsavory aspects, and the only way we can really get feedback is by like having a lot of like going through the motions a lot of times and receiving different kind of, like, you can get denied a million times, but eventually maybe you'll get better at something. Like, like, you can be rejected for things so many times, and if you are truly supposed to be on that path, then I think that one day, like, eventually it will come to fruition. I think that is kind of in your nature to understand at this point. There's no more like what ifs, like, what if I fail, what if I fall on my face, what if I look bad, what if people notice me trying, that kind of thing. I think it's all kind of just out the window at this point, because it's like, life is short. Maybe I get a frog in my cup, maybe I get wine, maybe I get water, maybe I get like, maybe you get love. Like, like, you never know. If you believe in that nothing good will happen, then I'm sure nothing good will happen. I hate to like, I get the Queen of Pentacles in reverse at the same time. Maybe there is a sense to your angels are like, don't stray too far from the path, because you can always you need to know where work needs to lie. Like, you need to know where to apply yourself, where to work. You need to know how to work. You need to understand the discipline in that, and respect the nature of, it takes time, effort, healing, focus, sometimes other people, like, it's a process. And I think with the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, maybe having too much fun or being too strict, the balance is necessary in this, because it's a big task at hand. Maybe you're about to have a lot of fun, or maybe you're about to have a lot of success. Maybe you're about to just really take things lightheartedly. Maybe something is just really changing. Maybe you're finding retirement or a new job. Something is just off course from the mundane in your life, like whatever is average to you. I think you're just kind of really switching gears and switching gears. And I gave this spiel to the other pile. This is a deck that it's like angel oracles, and I always got really like a little timid to use it for myself, because it's kind of, the imagery is a little intimidating. It's kind of sad, but it's a little sad. And as I say that, I'm looking at this elixir. It's the Two of Cups in reverse. So you could be doing this on your own. You could just feel like a loner, or you might not have a lot of companions or people to relate to in certain ways. Maybe you don't have a lot of people to build with, or you don't see the necessary to do that. Maybe there's just not a lot of people that you would want to build with. Let's see. Oh. Okay, so angel message. This is a nice one, and it's yellow. I think your child, maybe there was something in your childhood that needs to be recognized, either a thought or a trauma. There's something very strong about your childhood that you need to, maybe you're about to take on being a parent of some sort, but there needs to be, you need to train yourself to be able to love your inner child and or respect the things that you know that you need to indulge in or give into. Like, you probably are an adult or taking on adult responsibilities, so I think that maybe you were getting, because this is atonement, maybe you're constantly tempted in life, just in many ways. Maybe you have given into these things. Maybe you are finding atonement through overcoming in ways of life, whether things that were forced upon you or you put yourself in. Maybe you didn't think you would ever deserve people that didn't stab you in the back. This is a really beautiful card. It's an atonement card. She has, like, the other pile got kind of like garbo cards. They got a little bit ugly cards. Yours are pretty. So maybe you've had a lot of strife. You've had a lot of battles. Maybe people have been very I'm hearing indignant, but I'm thinking people are just wanted to see you fall at one point, or maybe you've known a lot of people and they succumb to wretched behavior. Maybe, like, you were in a bad crowd at one point, or you've held people that you thought were good or cool and just think the tides have turned. Something about maybe you being not so wholehearted at one point in your life, or allowing that in your life, even if it was like a family member or something. Just you were kind of wrecked at one point because someone stole your inner joy. Someone took something from you, but it was within you, and it has proceeded to stop growing, or it stopped your growth emotionally or spiritually. Somehow you are being held back by, either you feel like you need to sacrifice yourself, maybe for some reason. Maybe you're feeling very like you need to be a martyr for something. Maybe you feel like you've betrayed something or someone in some way, so you need to sacrifice for them, or I don't know. There's something that you might have been misled, or you could have been manipulated kind of to believe like you had more responsibility in the situation. But at heart, you need to grow towards yourself. You need to grow towards your own stability. I think you need to keep up the if you are in like a facade, like I just heard keep up the facade. So like if you are kind of like faking it till you make it, trying to like escape a situation, maybe you need to give your permission to sign yourself away to feel one more. allow yourself to sit in your body. Allow yourself to feel yourself again. Maybe you're feeling betrayed in some way by yourself. Maybe you did something, or maybe there's like something physical that you don't like about your body. I think you need to maybe realize that there could be like a dysmorphia or something that you're obsessing about that is brought on by an emotional state. Maybe you're having a reaction due to an anxiety. Maybe your body is like breaking out in some way, or maybe something is just showing on the outside, or there's something that's keeping you trapped when you deserve to remain playful. Don't let anything steal your sunshine. You have the responsibility to yourself to withdraw. Maybe you're feeling like you are not allowed to be a certain way because of engagement with other people. Maybe you're feeling like something is not yours to possess because it's hasn't been or doesn't feel right. It's a learned thing, though. I think you need to unlearn it. There's something about applied. Something has been applied. Pressure has been applied, and it's for your job to lighten the load. It's your job to relinquish it somehow. You need to see the light and go towards it in some way, form, or fashion. Maybe it is putting down habits so you can see more clearly in life. Maybe you need to take on classes or change habits, change lifestyle. There's fun to be had in every aspect of life, even through change. Like, if you think that something is going to be less fun or not good as what you have now, or, something of that notion, I think just like give yourself a try. Give life a try. Just test the waters of something. I think it could look really good on you. I really enjoy the looks of this card. I think embracing yourself, embracing who you are now. Like, you don't have to admonish the person you've become because it's probably like spectacular. Just you need to acknowledge that there are different aspects of you and to nurture all of them. So you got this, and you gotta know I love you.